Well, it's that time of week again where we come to not going out. So, episode 2, Debbie. Let's go.
Hi, sorry to disturb you. I've just moved into the block. Can I borrow a cup of sugar?
I thought that's something people only ever said in films, like, it's crazy, but it just might work. Or, I love you. Why don't you come in?
Because I know what you've been up to and I'm here to put a stop to it.
It's not actually illegal.
I mean, that's another one of those things people only ever say in films.
So what's that? He's gonna say.
Why? What?
Nothing.
What's he hiding?
Okay, sugar. Demerara, brown, castor, icing.
Wow, why have you got so many?
Oh, it's Lucy. She does that thing. What's it called?
Cooking.
That's it.
Is Lucy your wife?
No. I mean, it's true. We row a lot. She thinks I'm useless and we never have sex, but we're not actually married.
Oh, well, yeah.
Girlfriend?
No. Just flatmates. Ah, here we are.
It says salt.
Daisy put it in there. You know the phrase, the lights are on but no one's at home? Imagine there's been a power cut.
Is Daisy your girlfriend?
Are you from the benefits office?
No.
So what flat have you moved into exactly?
Number 98. It's on the other side of the green.
You've come a long way for a cup of sugar. You know there's a Tate & Lyle factory in Ipswich.
Look, this is silly, but I've seen you around and you seem friendly, so I sort of
Stalker?
followed you back here one day to find out where you lived.
Stalker.
Wow, that's different. Someone's stalking me. I mean, wow, that's different. Someone's stalking me. Don't worry, I haven't actually, Say when.
It's okay, I believe you're not a stalker. You look far too nice to do anything like that. When?
It was in the mid-90s. I was trying out a new telescope. This woman got the wrong end of the stick. The police didn't press charges, though, because...
The sugar.
Do you want a flake with that?
Thanks. Well, I better get back. It's been really nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too. Sorry, I don't even know your name.
Oh, Deborah. Call me Debbie. You are...
Lee, call me.
Call me.
Well, I might just do that. Look, why don't you take my number and we can go for a drink sometime.
Okay, great.
There you go. Make sure you don't wash it off. I think you're so fair. Anyway, see you later. Call me about that drink.
Don't overdo the sugar. I don't want you getting diabetes.
What was all that about?
Well, what?
The 19-year-old girl giving the middle-aged man her phone number?
Middle-aged? I'm not middle-aged, Lucy. Middle-aged starts at about 50.
50? Lee, you're from up north. If you reach 50, you won't be middle-aged. You'll be in the Guinness Book of Records.
Cheeky cow! Actually, life expectancy up here in the north is quite high.
Is it always this busy?
Oh, yeah, it's a very popular place, especially with our sort of age group. I think it's the music. Lots of hip-hop, dub, garage.
Jitterbug!
Actually, forget garage, think more gents' public toilets. Sorry, I didn't realise it was karaoke night.
It's fine. To be honest, I could do with a bit of a giggle. I haven't had much of a chance to laugh since my mum died.
The last time you laughed was when your mum died.
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
It's not the best opening line I've said on a date.
It's okay. Look, This isn't actually a date. Lee, there's something I need to tell you.
What?
Evening all.
Thought you'd made other plans. Sorry, this is Tim. And I mean sorry. This is Daisy.
Oh, the one that puts the sugar in the salt jar.
I was trying to confuse the ants.
This is Debbie from the block.
I won't be fooled by the rocks you've got. You're still Debbie from the block. It's a Jennifer Lopez song. I once tuned into Radio 1 by mistake.
By mistake!
Who'd have thought the stuffy old accountant a fan of J-Lo?
Who'd have thought? The unemployed waster, a fan of jailbait.
Thank you.
Said
That's
you,
enough of me.
in
Now
series
it's time
one with
for
your
you lot to get
15-year-old
the party
girlfriend.
Started. First up, it's Timothy Adams.
Don't forget to give me a big hand.
Well, a couple of fingers do.
Good luck! Break your neck!
You were saying?
The truth is, I don't really live in the block, and I didn't really need any sugar the other day. I've actually spent the last couple of weeks tracking you down, finding out where you lived.
Why? Who are you? What's going on?
I think you might be my father.
Father?
Where's Lolita?
If you mean Debbie, I walked her home.
I can't believe she wasn't picked up by her dad.
She very nearly was. Apparently, when Debbie realised her mum didn't have long left, she decided to learn about who her real dad was. She always knew she was the result of a one-night stand, but now she wanted to know exactly who it was.
And you were the one-night stand?
Yeah, all right, don't sound too surprised. Used to be a bit of a head-turner, you know.
It's just stomachs now, is it? So when did all this happen?
Apparently at some house party in the 1980s.
What do you mean, apparently? Can't you remember?
Lucy, I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
I'm guessing Cocoa Pops.
Why?
Because we're out of Kit Kats. I can remember everyone I've slept with.
Oh, well, why don't you celebrate by having a nice big bowl of All Bran and polishing your chastity belt, Julie Andrews?
Don't take it out on me just because your past is catching up with you.
Catching up with me? It's overtaken me, turn round, kick me in the bollocks and smash me in the face with an 8.5 stone baby with tits. Do you reckon me and Debbie look similar?
What, you mean that young, healthy-looking girl with the small nose?
Thanks.
Exactly. I know you're taking the mickey, but it's true, innit? She doesn't look anything like me.
What, you mean that girl that doesn't look like a cross between the Chugger brothers' less attractive sibling and a rat that only ate half the poison?
You had me at hello.
Anyway, that's irrelevant. I don't look like my dad.
I don't know, you got the man boobs. Do you know what worries me? I reckon she might be a con artist after me money.
Do you know what? I think you should be worried.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if she's after your money, she might actually be stupid enough to be your real daughter.
So what are you going to do now?
I'm not going to do anything.
You've got to at least talk to her.
A girl turns up at my door after 20 years and says, "Hello, I'm your daughter." What am I supposed to say?
What time do you call this? I told you you had to be back by 1993. So has she been back in touch?
She left a couple of voicemails, but I didn't call back. I texted.
Thanks for your messages. I've gone to New Zealand and won't be back for a while. P.S. I'm not your dad. Have you got any compassion?
I did the sad face symbol.
Oh, well then, it's all right.
I'm not her father, I can't be.
How'd you know?
Because apparently it happened at a house party in a place called Lower Ebsworth. I've never even heard of it, never mind been there.
Yes, you have. That's exactly where we first met. In a house party in Lower Ebsworth. My house party.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. It was at my parents' house. You tagged along with that mutual friend we used to know, Terry. You must remember Terry.
I can see where this is going already.
Tiny fella, about 5 foot, and that was in high heels.
It's going to be that Still Game episode all over again, you know, with the builder.
Oh yeah, little Terry. Oh God, I do remember that party. Tim, you're right.
Who's the daddy? Sorry.
In fact, I think I even remember meeting a girl there.
Wow.
Don't turn round, madam. I'm going to predict exactly what you look like with my mind-reading skills. To start with, you're not wearing any knickers. You are. Looks like I can predict the future too. I've actually been sick in my mouth.
I'm Tim.
Lee. Is there any reason you dress like that?
Like what?
Like a cross between Gloria Hunniford and a white Michael Jackson.
A white Michael Jackson, that's a funny image. I hope you're not intending to light that in a designated non-smoking area. I haven't spent all day putting no smoking signs up for the good of my health, you know. Well, actually,
This is your party, is it, mate?
yeah, I'm celebrating the completion of my advanced fiscal studies and business accounting exams.
Wow.
Wow.
You're living the dream. I bet you're looking forward to waking up, aren't you?
Well, enjoy the party. There's only a few do's and don'ts, but on the whole, I think you'll find I'm a pretty laid-back, chilled-out sort of host. Oi, those Bolivons are under cling film for a reason.
It's a good party, isn't it? Do you know Fat Larry's band?
Is he? Why, does he keep eating all the sandwiches?
Fat Larry's band!
What do they call you then?
I can answer that.
Oh.
Terry, I'm trying to have a conversation here.
Short ass.
Let's dance.
Wow.
Right, everyone, who's for Trivial Pursuits?
Tell you what, why don't we nip upstairs to the bedroom? I'll be your private dancer.
Oh, dancer for money? I'm not saying you're a...
Come on.
Well, then what happened?
What do you think happened? Oh, you were downstairs answering science and nature. I was upstairs getting sport and leisure.
Sport and leisure?
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I even remember the rickety old bunk beds and the Master of the Universe duvet cover.
You did it in my bedroom?
Oh, God, I am her father.
Well, you've only got yourself to blame. There were clearly marked A4 cards everywhere. Sexual practices only permissible in the designated sexual practices areas.
Oh my God,
What are we
Tim.
going to do?
We? What do you mean we?
Oh, like that, is it? Your house, your friends, your idea to have a party, yet I do one tiny little thing.
Not really tiny though, is it?
Do you know what we did after we had sex?
What?
I had a cigarette.
Funny thing is, that'll probably actually hurt a man like Tim.
I don't want to be a father, Lucy.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not?
I mean, why not?
Sorry, I must have the wrong ears on. That sounded like the same words, but with a gap in the middle.
No, you've got the right ears on. They've just got a gap in the middle. Answer the question.
Because I'd be terrible at it. And there's the money issue to consider. I can barely afford to feed myself, let alone a child.
She's a fully grown woman.
Exactly, she'll eat more.
She doesn't need providing for.
Yeah, not now, but what about when she wants to go to university?
I thought you'd accepted she really was your daughter.
I have.
Well then, stop panicking. She won't ever be going to university. Lee, she just wants to get to know you, that's all. So the only decision you've got to make is what kind of father are you going to be? A good one, a great one, or an amazing one?
I don't suppose absent one's on the list, is it? So what do I do?
Well, you can start by taking her out for the day.
Where?
It doesn't matter. All that matters is you get this idea out of your head that she needs you to provide for her. She's not a child, she's an adult, so start treating her like one.
Oh my God, crazy golf.
Not again. God knows how Dutch people get to work.
Thanks.
What for?
Flying straight back from New Zealand.
Oh, what?
That's okay. I was getting sick of it anyway. Too many hobbits.
Starting to think you didn't like the idea of a long-lost child.
Don't be silly. It's just a shame I wasn't there for you when you were growing up. I always had a natural rapport with kids. Oi! We haven't finished yet, you little shit.
When I was younger, my mum used to say I never met you because you were always away on business. She said you were rich, powerful, good-looking.
Really?
Yeah, well, you know what parents are like for telling white lies to their kids.
I'm doing all right for myself. I've got a few quid in the bank. Well, a little bit. Not enough for stuff like, you know. Have you been to university yet?
Is that what you think I'm here for? Money?
I didn't say that.
But that's what you meant.
Shut it.
I think that's a bit harsh, you know.
I know. Those blades are way too big.
If you knew me better, you know I wasn't like that.
Well, I don't, do I? That's the problem here. Look, I am sorry you were the result of a one-night stand. In those days, I was young and I was stupid. But I've changed.
Yeah, you're not young anymore.
What? I like this kid.
And I'm sorry I wasn't there for you growing up. But as I get older, I realise that life's a little bit like playing golf. If things haven't worked out the way you want them, you can either moan about it or accept defeat gracefully. That way, instead of looking at all the things that could have been, you're putting the past behind you, forgetting about it, and getting on with succeeding
I bet he's
in
still
what you
gonna
want
miss.
to do next.
Lee's gone mental.
So how is it left with Debbie?
She asked me to go around to her house next week for a chat.
What are you going to do?
I hope she lives in a windmill so I can't get through the front door. I did my best, it didn't work out. My conscience is clean.
Unlike my Masters of the Universe duvet cover. Don't you think you've got a moral obligation being her father?
I'm not her father, I'm just the person that got her mother pregnant, which resulted in her being born.
That's like saying you're not Lucy's lodger. You're just the person who lives in her flat, eats all her food, and leaves all that hideous stuff on the bathroom floor.
Well, it's all right for you, madam. Some of us have to stand up when we're going for a tinkle. Do you know what? I wish I'd never gone to that party. That way I never would have met you, and I certainly wouldn't have met that stupid Karen bloody Bradley.
You never told me her name was Karen Bradley.
What does it matter what
Here
her
we
name was?
go.
Trust me, it matters.
Here we go. It's going to be between both of them, isn't it?
Ow!
Tim!
Oh, hi, my sweetheart. I wonder where you got to. Sorry about this. We've got a crisp dreader in our midst. What were you doing in my bedroom?
Getting a packet of fags from my coat pocket.
What's going on, Karen?
Of course you were.
You weren't doing something you shouldn't, were you?
Sorry, Tim. It was just a quickie. Doesn't mean anything.
It may not mean anything to you, but you're not the one who's going to be having to scrub the bedroom walls with Dettol. Karen, you know the rules. No smoking in the bedrooms, even if it is just a quickie.
Oh my God.
Right. Yes, of course.
Well, I better go in and open the window. If Dad thinks it was me, he'll sellotape my Connect 4 up again.
I already opened it. Why don't we go and have a dance?
The only dance I'm doing is the shake and back to put the freshness back.
Oh, please. Pretty please. And afterwards you can arrange one of your brilliant charades tournaments. You know I find your Arnie impression very sexy.
Crisps, I'll be back.
I didn't know she had a boyfriend.
Did you even bother asking?
That's not my responsibility, that's hers. When you get a new job, you don't ask if someone's still doing the job. You turn up and make the most of the warm seat.
I've had so much rubbish in all my life. You, a job,
How long were you together for?
a week.
A week.
A week?
You're giving me grief for a meaningless romance.
It wasn't meaningless. She was my first proper girlfriend.
What?
She, you know,
Oh,
made me a man.
right, yeah.
Out of what? Plasticine? You mean you lost your virginity?
Yes,
To Karen?
yes.
Well, if you slept with her in the same week as me, you know what this means, don't you? Have you got to the bit with the stalk yet?
Jesus!
Didn't you use precautions?
How come you never bothered asking me that question?
You're Northern.
I'm getting sick of this now.
I was naive and inexperienced in those days.
My, how you've grown.
Daisy, could you inform Judas that I'm still not talking to him?
Daisy, could you inform Jesus of Henley that Judas didn't even know him at the time, and it was in fact Mary Magdalene that cajoled Judas into the manger with promises of gold, frankincense and Malibu?
Gold, frankincense and Malibu!
What was the first bit? So what are you going to do?
I'm not going to do anything. It's not me Karen said was the father. It was him.
There is no way if she slept with both of us in the same week she can know who the father was.
Oh, no, that's not true, because I know a woman who got involved in a threesome but still knew which one got her pregnant.
How?
Well, it was obvious it was the man.
Oh, for God's sake!
Look, all that matters is that one of you is the father. And there's a simple way of proving it. A paternity test.
All right, let's do it.
Fine. Bring it on.
Name the time, the place, and the small plastic cup.
That's not how they do it. They take a swab of DNA from the inside of your mouth. So you, clean your teeth. We don't want them thinking Colonel Sanders was the father.
Wow. Dads are a bit like buses, aren't they? You wait your whole life for one and then two come along at once.
Yeah, except one's a luxury coach with air conditioning, and the other's a late-night bus full of vomit and nutters.
I can't lie, this is all a bit of a shock.
Well, your mum was obviously a bit of a dark horse. I mean, in a good way. Think of her as a fine, noble filly that everyone wanted to... I'll shut up.
Thanks for agreeing to do the paternity test.
Well, it's not easy, but I guess it's something we have to do.
Well, one of us is certainly going to be disappointed. I mean, if he's the father, I'll be disappointed. And if I'm the father...
She'll be disappointed.
Look, I know this is a big shock for you both as well, and I'm sorry that I've just suddenly turned up in your lives. It's just that when Mum died, I felt really lost and isolated, and I just want to feel like I'm part of something again.
No, it's us that needs to apologise. We've been so busy thinking about how this would affect our lives, we probably haven't given you much of a thought. If it is me, I just want you to know I'll always be there for you.
Me too. If it is Tim, you can phone me whenever you like. I'm joking. If it's me, I'll be there for you too.
Thanks. But no more crazy golf.
Don't worry, the band's not lifted for another 10 years.
Hey, and maybe next time we all meet up, I can bring Toby along.
Who's Toby? Your boyfriend, your dog, or your jug?
I'm very good with dogs. I got my Blue Peter badge for doing obedience training.
I got mine for stealing.
What did you steal?
A Blue Peter badge.
He's neither. Toby's my son.
You mean one of us is a granddad?
I guess so.
Well, I hope it's you. You've already got the clothes.
I mean, to be fair.
She's taking her time with these test results.
Oh, you know what? I just thought this could make me a sort of stepmum. Debbie will have to escape my evil clutches by moving to the forest and living with 7 dwarves.
How annoying, travelling miles to escape from you, and Dopey answers the door.
Stop pacing, Tim. There's no point being stressed.
I'm not stressed. An absent father and a grandparent at 40. It's bound to be the northerner.
I'm really getting sick of this.
Well?
I haven't opened it yet. I wanted you both to be here when I did.
Well, go on then.
Let me guess. Neither of them.
Oh my God, it can't be true.
It must be Lee.
It's not Lee.
I'm going to be sick.
Ah, that'll be my poisoned apple. Too soon?
Yeah, a little bit too
It's not
soon.
you either, Tim.
Ah, there you go, I knew it.
Well, don't look at me.
It says there's no DNA match with either of you. I still don't know who my dad is. I don't understand. I mean, she went out with you and she slept with you at Tim's graduation party. One of you must be my dad.
Graduation party? The one you had when you were still living at home?
Yeah.
You never told me it was that party.
You don't remember it, do you? You're only 8.
Of course I do. How could I forget? It's full of idiots.
That's better. That's why they call it a yucca. How old are you?
8.
You're very tall.
You're kneeling down.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Tim?
Tim? Oh, you mean the posh inbred-looking dandy?
He's my brother, actually. What does inbred mean?
Oh dear.
You know, that Krista Berg song, Lady Inbred.
No, it's something to do with sex, isn't it?
All right, it means when you like having sex, inbred.
Why would Tim have sex in bread?
I don't know, because he's his mother's pride. Can you go away, small boy?
What the hell are you doing out of bed?
Oh, I never hang around afterwards, they get clingy. Oh,
Lucy, get back to bed before Mum and Dad get home.
I can't sleep with all this racket.
Oh, sleep in the spare room, it's quieter in there.
He said you like having sex in bread.
I didn't mean it.
Well, what did you mean?
I meant you like having sex with your relative. That's better than having sex in bread. Actually, you could combine both and have sex with your nan.
I tell you what, Terry. For a little man, you have very large hands.
I'm glad we're finally lying down. At least now I can reach your knockers.
Sorry, love, this room's taken.
Blimey, that one was smaller than me.
Yeah, but you don't see that often, do you?
Her life might have been cut tragically short, but she did not fit a lot in.
It was good that you managed to trace Terry.
Yeah, I searched high and low, and there he was, low.
Well,
It's all turned out for the best. They're getting on really well, apparently. They had a day out at Alton Towers yesterday.
you won't be able.
How was it?
Not great. Terry wasn't allowed on any of the rides.
Was she not disappointed to find her mum was, you know...
Bit of a scat.
It's all part of growing up, isn't it? I remember when I was 12 finding out my mum was a drinker.
Well, that must have been hard for you.
It was. I had to start drinking in a different pub.
Sorry to disturb you. I've just moved in upstairs. Could I borrow some milk?
There's a Tesco's round the corner.
He's not going down that road again, is he? Oh dear. Oh well, that's the end. Yeah, very interesting episode. Yeah. Wasn't the funniest, was it? But it was a good episode nonetheless. I enjoyed that. But I just knew, you know, as I mentioned, when I knew what the story was about, took me right back to that Still Game episode. And so many comedies do this, don't they? So I knew that at some point it'd turn out that there's going to be someone else, that the character who's potentially the father of this new mystery person, it's going to be someone they know who's also possibly the father, and it's going to go like that, and then it's going to turn out that it's somebody completely different. I just knew which way it was going as soon as the story started getting into, started progressing. It just became obvious. It's a sitcom episode plot as old as time. I think every great sitcom in history has done this story at least once or something similar. Not all of them, obviously, but a lot have done this. So, yeah, it was a good episode. Even Only Fools and Horses did it at one point. When Rodney thought that the lassie he was going out with was his niece, Debbie, that works in the shop. Oh, that was funny. Yeah, very good episode. I enjoyed it. So, thanks everybody for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, then come and join us on the Patreon to get access to Not Going Out, early access and ahead of time. So this is Series 4, Episode 2, isn't it? What are we up to on the YouTube channel? We're a lot further behind than this, I think. Series 3, Episode 1. We're a full series and 1 episode behind on YouTube. So join the Patreon. You get access to not going out in the cheapest tier as well. $1 a month. And 5 of the series. There. All those. Young Ones is nearly finished, but that'll be getting replaced by another. Yep. 6 members of the Cheap Super 6. Available in the $1 tier. All that. Less than the price of a Mars bar per month. Plus other things. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody on Patreon for your support. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one.